Hello everyone. Today we're going to be doing some live trading. I've already charted it out, so I'll do a little quick description before we look for the trade and then restart it. Okay, so if we're looking at the 4 hour right here, um, we can see we're in a bullish sentiment. We're running into an area that I could potentially see a small grab or a small rejection. It is the first hour of a 4 hour candle, so we potentially could start to see some weakness as well right here, or strength to the point where it comes up to this traction area up here. So my areas of attraction are just basically areas where I think that price can reach. Okay, it's not necessarily support resistance, it's just based off experience where I think price can retrace. We're looking at the 15-minute. I don't really see any structure here. I do, however, if we look to the left over here, we do have the structure over here, just generally. And during the structure, it seemed to have a liquidity grab and then a failure back upwards. So really anything can happen here around that range. Okay. And I drew my little highs and lows right here, and I'll make them look a little bit neater for you guys that's watching. Let me see if I can find, nope, not a bullseye. Forgot where the circles were, where the shapes are. Uh, I don't know. I can't find it. I'll be honest. Let's just let it play out there. I'm gonna keep my little circles right here, I guess. Um, we'll use a smiley face to mark it. Why not? So smiley face to mark a high right there. Call it smiley face to mark this high, this previous low right here. So if we are going to range back down, this would be the area that I would foresee it possibly retesting. Okay, that doesn't mean that we won't have a decent amount of consolidation, liquidity grab. So we should still only be looking for trades to the top side. This would be an area I would be interested for taking a trade at the top side. But if we do retest all the way down to here, most likely what's going to happen is going to come down for the liquidity grab and then threaten this area down here, which I don't think is going to happen. I think the most that we can see with the range is maybe a slight touch into this, and then it holds back above this range. But what I'm currently doing, if you look inside of this right here, is I'm trapping the range. So I'm trapping it within this 15-minute candle because I trade on the 1 minute candle. I could trade on the 30-second candle if I see a setup. So because I'm trapping it within this range, I'm looking at kind of the general bias of where it possibly might go and then making a decision based off that. Originally, I was looking at this 15-minute candle to reverse and then work its way back up. What most likely is going to have is going to grab some liquidity right below this range where we trapped it and then work its way back up. And you'll see that on the 1 minute right here. So you can see where I've trapped the range right here. We have an order block. And with this order block, we not only have this order block, but this is the area that falls within a previous range. So we could potentially find one of my setups right here where we work our way down and then we come back up from there. So you can see I drew 3 different scenarios. I don't really see this coming lower today. Um, at least for the time period I'm going to be trading. But I just wanted to kind of show you the setup. And then whenever I do get something, whenever I get a trade available, I will show you what I'm taking. And it'll be my one trade of the day. And what I've been doing recently, because I've had a bad habit, you can see that $744 with over trading and kind of emotions. I've been locking myself out of the account every single day after I take a trade. So if that's something that helps people out, sure. But I will be back. All right, guys. We might have a potential of a trade here, one way or the other. I have 2 levels I'm looking at. So we'll see which one it decides to go with. Will it be a bearish entry or will it be a bullish entry, kind of, is what I'm saying right here. I'm willing to take either. I think it's a good enough risk area. Pretty risk averse both sides. So we're going to give it a little bit of patience to see which side it closes off of, and then I'll take that trade, that direction. I do like how we're leaving this gap open, though, for a bullish entry. So we'll see if this holds. That just shows power, basically. Power in the market. So we'll see if it's holding, and we'll move upwards. I have my contract size I'm probably going to go with. Okay. See if it closes. Look for a little retest if there's going to be one. There's not going to be one. 182, I over risked. I need to sell too. It's 11 o'clock. But so my area that I have marked right here that you look at, sorry, there you go. My area that I have marked right here that you're looking at, this would be my rejection zone. So this is the area that I would be worried about it, closing below or having struggles getting over. So it's either going to do this. It's going to come up. It's going to bounce off of it and then come up and grab this liquidity, or it's just going to reject straight off of this. Because this is the only area that the only liquidity it technically has to grab is right here. So we'll see if it holds going with the setup. But I'm going to hold this one. I do want to exit one contract since I did over risk. So we'll wait. I might do that based off of a 15-second candle, 15-second weak candle. So whenever this closes red, then I'm going to exit one contract because I definitely over risked. Actually, I'm going to exit two because it was supposed to be 100, but okay, let me exit two. There you go. Now I'm risking 91 to gain, 160. Let's go up to 180. Okay. So let's see if this hits. I really don't want to see this be a bearish candle because that means we're going to get a retest, and that's always terrifying with a retest coming down to here. If we do get a red candle, I can just exit this position and reopen it down here for a better area. But I just want to see continued strength. It's a new hour candle, so it's a little bit worrying when it's a new hour candle. If it's going to break up higher, which I don't think it is. I think this thing's pretty bearish, so yeah, it's coming down. We'll go ahead and exit this position. Just call it a slightly profitable thing if we can get, if this isn't like the biggest red candle I've ever seen. It invalidated my setup. Let's see if it can close with some strength here. I might reverse the position since it's a new hour candle, to be honest. Okay, let me exit out of that. All right, well, I mean, that's one trade. We'll take, it's $38. It's not great. It's not a great risk to reward. I'm not going to reverse this. I want to see how it reacts at this area to see if I could get a better entry criteria here. All right, guys, listen. I might have lied. I got back to this a little bit late. I took another trade on an order block with a liquidity grab because it still showed continued strength. So this is how it's currently playing out. I just want to let you guys know we're going to let it move until it shows the red candle. And then I'm out of this trade. Or until once we hit this area up here. Sorry, not that area. Holy crap, I have the wrong liquidity grabbed. This area up here, we're going to exit two contracts just so I make sure I break even for the day. But I'm hoping that this will just break straight through and then go up with a green candle. I don't foresee this hesitating, but we will see if this continues. Let's see if this good old blast. Okay, let's sell two. Let's sell three and just let them move. Let it move. All right. There we go. Holy crap, guys. That's what I needed today. That is what I needed today. Okay, we're gonna lock myself out. That was a good trade.